I want to go to a restaurant. But which one should I go to? Pocket Cafe. I've been here before in Kamurocho. Let's go there. I'ma just outrun you. This is nice. I'm probably gonna have to come back to this and just explore everything. Oh yeah, this is the place I saw when I first came in. I'll probably only be able to— what? I thought I had taken damage. It really sucks I haven't been able to eat anything. Wiretapping. Who did? Know who did it? Who knows? Could be corporate espionage.
Excuse me.
Did you just say corporate espionage and wiretapping? Yes, that's right. Our company's currently in crisis mode. Turns out confidential information's been leaking to our competitor.
Does that mean?
Did you find any bugs? Yeah, actually we found one by pure accident. Then we hire a detective to sweep the building and he finds 5 more. Apparently it's been happening all over Region Chole lately. Everyone's talking about it on chatter. Some corrupt detective willing to do all sorts of shady things. Really? A corrupt detective's in town, huh? Maybe I should look into this cricket competition. What does the buzz researcher have to say? This is another side mission that I found by accident. No one's here. Oh, that's part of the main story. I didn't realize. Okay, all I have— can I look at it? I can look at it through here.
Real?
He kind of kicked him down on his own, huh? I was trying to actually hit the other guy. I was trying to hit you. Really? Why do I get hit, knocked down after one hit? Oh yeah, that's a lot more SP.
Really, guys?
This is where they found that wiretapper. Already crowded crowd. I've already told you I'm here to locate them, not plant them. Oh, he's in trouble. Tsukumo. I'm a detective from Yokohama 99. I picked up a wiretap signal here, so I came to sweep for it. Also, he picked up on it. You're a detective who hired you. Well, detectives have a strict code of client confidentiality, but I admit this wasn't for an official case. But more my own curiosity, so... Your curiosity. Yeah, that sounds like the likely cover story for a serial bugger like people have been complaining about. You definitely look the part.
Well...
Oh dear.
Huh?
He's in trouble. Help your friend. Tsukumo's about to get pinched.
Hey!
Tsukumo...
Yagami-shi!
What time in Yagami? Could really use your backup. The security guard is accusing me of plaguing the town with bugs. You know this guy?
Yep.
Yes, we've been friends for a long time. Just as he said, he's a detective and he's definitely not the kind to resort to such shady jobs. I'm not so sure I should be trusting you either. Not trustworthy, huh? Quick flash of this should take care of it. My badge? Cause he always pulls out the badge. If you're going to treat my friend like a criminal without any proof, this badge might come into play with some point. You're a lawyer? Well, if a lawyer's vouching for him, then I don't see any problem here. Yeah. Sorry about that. Have a nice day. Always gotta pull out the lawyer badge. Thank you for your assistance. Truly, you rescued me in the nick of time.
Hey.
What was all that about anyway? That wasn't the first time I've heard of wiretapping causing a fuss around here. Indeed. Supposedly there's a detective in Ijincho who's been offering his services for a wide variety of illegal purposes. Yeah, I heard something about a corrupt detective earlier. So he's the wiretapper that security guard was hoping to catch?
Sure.
Presumably so. This individual's performed some rather unsavory duties for clients, assisting stalkers and loan sharks in finding their targets, for example. This guy sounds pretty awful. A legit detective would turn those clients down. Is it the same guy? Because we met a shady detective in the first one. I wholly agree the notion of allowing this man to tarnish the title of detective will not sit well with me, hence I was driven to the field to investigate. But I just wound up being accused of performing the deed I was attempting to stop. Goodness, whatever can I do? Maybe try cutting out the sly grins and conspiratorial giggles when you're on the job. But I can't help grinning when dealing with such fascinating subjects. Oh, how about instead I have you continue the investigation for me? You can use this to track signals invented by yours truly.
Huh?
Another gadget. You want me to do it? Yep. It appears I am destined to bear the cross of the suspicious individual. But you certainly have no worries about that.
Huh.
I don't know about that.
Yep.
Well, I certainly do. You've got an ace up your sleeve, an attorney's badge you can flash in a pinch. So that being said, please take this with you. Detector. You said this thing picks up clandestine signals? Precisely, it can detect anything emitting a suspicious signature from up to a few tens of meters away. Bugs, spy cams, the like. There's a signal coming from behind this building. Perhaps you should look for its source.
Gotcha.
Alright. That's your detective introduction. That means there's more than one part to this. Alright. Behind the building. Got it. I'll give it a try. A detective's antenna. I guess you're just gonna wait over here. What kind of building is this? But wouldn't I be able to do it? Yeah. I could just do it this way. I'm in the back. Oh. I don't know which direction that's coming from. Oh, over here. No. Oh.
Bingo.
The car is giving off a weird signal.
Huh?
I saw a teddy bear in there. Interested in my car, are you?
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I'm Yagami, a detective. Oh, a real life detective. I'm Motoyama Ogami. I'm a prosecutor.
Oh.
Oh, so you're a public prosecutor. To be honest, I've loved mystery since I was little. Detectives are so fascinating, so I never thought I'd actually meet one like this. Is that so? Well, Mr. Detective, what business do you have in my car? Are you on a case? Is there a mystery here right now? Well, there seems to be a series of illicit snooping activities going on around town lately, so I'm looking into the matter. And for some reason, your car is emitting a rather strange signal. Oh. Do you think my car is bugged? That depends. Do you ever have conversations in there that you wouldn't want others to hear? Who's the girl? Are you cheating? Yes, certainly discussing the day's upcoming trials with my secretary and such. Oh, she's the secretary. Could that be the reason someone would want to bug my car?
Yep.
It is possible. Maybe may I search it for you? By all means. The signal's coming from this stuffed animal. Ooh, it really was in his car. Okami-san, I think I found the source of the signal. That's Masayama-kun's. Who was that lady? Yeah, now she's running away. This belongs to my secretary, Matsuyama-kun.
Huh?
Oh crap, so she was the secretary. Damn it. You shall pay for your part in this sordid crime. Out of the way, nerd. I take kickboxing classes every week. I'm serious. Can he fight? And I am Makoto Tsukubo, master of Yagami style. And I shall not hold back even against a lady as yourself. Whoa. You know Kung Fu? Just my luck. Excellent bluff. You've really gotten good at that. Your form was perfect. I've seen you fight enough times for the look of it to rub off at least. Alright, Matsuyama-san, let's hear it. What's the meaning of this? I'm sorry, I've been paid off. By who? Was it that one defendant's lawyer? Yes. He claimed to be working for them. He also said he's a detective. Oh, a detective. Probably the villainous detective who's become the talk of the town. Could you describe this person for us? I don't know what he looks like. We only talked over the phone, and he didn't video chat with me. What about his voice or speaking mannerisms then? Any noticeable dialect? I'm not sure. He was really real quiet and kept his speaking to a minimum. I do think he's male though. Did you record the conversation? No, I was instructed not to. Damn. If only we had some sort of evidence we could use.
Excuse me.
Did he happen to give you his name? No, but he said he runs the illegal detective agency. Wow, pretty brazen approach. He sure doesn't beat around the bush, does he? Bribery. How could you do this? Once he offered me the $3 million, I couldn't help myself. That's a lot of money. Heaven help me, what am I to do with you? Nice work. We even got compensated for our efforts. But Matsuyama girl's definitely getting canned, if not jail time on top of it. Well, she certainly could have thought of that before she bugged her boss. And while who would have guessed we'd learn about a corrupt detective in town? We didn't find the guy, but he seems busy enough that we'll probably get another crack at him.
Yep.
Yeah, this is like a multiple part thing. I agree, Ijincho seems to be suffering the strangest plague of illicit spying. And I believe my handy-dandy detector could serve as the perfect antidote to this plague.
In other words...
Are you suggesting we comb the whole city for bugs with that thing? That sounds like an awful lot of unpaid work. In that case, you should try consulting the buzz researcher first to help pinpoint where you ought to search. Anything that gives off strong signals such as wireless bugs and spy cams are prone to causing interference. Televisions and phones all suffer from some sort of noise when in the vicinity of covert broadcasting devices.
Oh.
Interesting. So if I filter for noise or something along those lines, there's a chance I could track down a bug wherever the posts are appearing. Indeed. There's a very real possibility that there are victims on the other ends of those bugs and spy cameras.
I see.
I see, makes sense. Okay, I'll give it a try soon. Best of luck. As upstanding detectives, it's our duty to take down the villainous investigator. And now I'll return back to Yokohama. You wanna fight? Pocket Cafe. Well, they have the same things. Hot milk. I want the pancakes.
Pretty tasty, thanks. Hello?
Yagami-san, do you have a minute? It's Shirosaki.
Oh, I was just about to call you. I was gonna say, I've got some leads on the murder. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know a Detective Watanabe, would you? From Kanagawa PD?
Oh, yes. He came asking me about the harassment case. Apparently he couldn't interview Ehara, so he got us instead.
Wanna know why that is? Apparently Tokyo PD suspects Ehara might be linked to the murder in some way. And since they don't want Kanagawa stealing the show, they're blocking their investigators out.
That does make sense. Not in a bureaucratic way.
By the way, when's your next appointment with Ehara?
As soon as we're ready, honestly. Did you want to come along?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. But I'd like to do a bit more research beforehand. I want to know exactly how Ehara's crime played out.
Funny you should say that. Hoshino-kun just told me he's going to re-inspect the crime scene tomorrow. He said it'd be best to plot Ehara's movement from Ikebukuro all the way to Shinjuku, where he was caught.
No kidding. Then I ought to go with.
If that's the case, hold on one sec.
Okay.
Yagami-san? It's me, Hoshino. I'm stoked to hear you'll be helping me out tomorrow.
I'm stoked to be there. Oh, and could you bring the statements from Ehara's arrest with you? It'd be a huge help if you could walk me through what happened on site.
You got it. We'll be starting from Ikebukuro Station, so just meet me there tomorrow.
Will do. See you then.
I can't deal with the rest tomorrow. I think it's time to recharge. Sleep. I don't know where Sugiri and Kaito are. Rest. Is that what I have to do? Yeah. Just checking. I need to meet up with Hoshino at Ikebukuro Station. Probably best to take a taxi. Alright.
Okay, see that sign right there? Ehara was leaning on that before the incident. Yep, just like that. He was standing around searching for a victim. Ehara's the man in the cap and sunglasses.
That's him deciding who to attack. They're looking at it now. He's pretty suspicious.
So, Ehara was lingering at the platform a while, huh?
Yeah, he walked past the ticket gate at 7:43 a.m. This was confirmed by the security tapes as well as when he swiped his transit card. After that, he wandered the platform an entire hour ogling women.
He spent that long choosing a target?
Yeah, Sick, isn't it?
And the security camera that caught him would be... that one?
That's right.
Ikebukuro is pretty famous for its sheer amount of foot traffic. In a station like this, the cameras almost never have a blind spot.
Anyhow, at 9:06 a.m., Ehara finally honed in on his would-be victim. Then he boarded her train, which was departing for Shinjuku.
She's the one in the pink cardigan and white skirt?
Yeah, Yui Mamiya, an office worker and mother of a 6-year-old boy. The two of them show up on the train's interior cam as well. According to the victim's statement, Ehara began by rubbing her posterior with the back of his hand. But it didn't stop there. After that, he put his hand up her skirt.
Pretty sickening.
I'm assuming he targeted someone shy, thinking she wouldn't resist. Makes me angry just thinking about it. The victim stated she was too scared to call for help, meaning she endured this for 6 minutes until the train reached its stop in Shinjuku.
Can you send what you just showed me to my phone?
Sure. Now let's head to Shinjuku Station. Then we can watch as the jerk gets busted. Even if we did defend him in court, an asshole's still an asshole.
Yep. But looking at the video, it seems like he was doing all of that for, like, to get caught on purpose.
Looks like we're getting close to Shinjuku.
The train's pretty light right now, but it was packed during the crime, right?
Because the whole
Yeah.
point was
The
for him
car
to have an
occupancy at that
alibi
time of
to
day
the
can
murder,
easily
right?
reach 180%.
And Ehara should have been standing roughly where I am.
Is there anything I could conclude from looking around? I don't know.
What the?
Is that a camera? A security camera that records the train's interior. These were installed to deter train gropers, or at the very least identify them. Oh, that was it.
Ehara and Mamiya-san both exited the train and got onto the platform here. But right before that, Mamiya-san suddenly grabbed Ehara's wrist and yanked his hand out from under her skirt. That's when she got a good look at her assailant.
So without a doubt, she saw it was him.
Yes, and there were also traces of her garments on his hand during evidence analysis. Anyway, after being grabbed, Ehara wrenched himself free and took off at a sprint. See, here he gets off the train and bolts across the platform. And Mamiya-san chases after him, asking people around her for help.
Ah, this is what they kept looping on TV.
Yeah. And honestly, with all this evidentiary footage, defending him in court was a lost cause.
Was there any security footage that wasn't aired on TV?
Sure, take a look around you. There's more than just one camera pointed at us. They're practically everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
As for what I was saying earlier, Ehara was finally tackled right in front of those stairs. Oh, right. I have a diagram of the platform to show you.
So Ehara gets off the train here, and then gets apprehended here. How far apart is that?
Roughly 100 meters. Both he and the victim were weaving their way through the crowd. The whole scene was very chaotic. Even after Ehara was caught, the train was stalled 20 minutes until the area was deemed safe.
Hey, you think we could get the positions of all these cameras and where they're pointing penciled in?
Good idea. Let's check each camera's position as we walk over to where Ehara was detained. That's where he got tackled, so if you could let me know whenever you see a camera. I can mock it up on our diagram here.
Is this where he got tackled? Check this one off.
Suspicious.
Is this a camera? Found a camera.
Uh-huh.
This one here. Ehara ran off in the opposite direction. Probably don't need to mark this camera. So just the ones around here. There's one here.
What the?
Okay. That's it.
Looks like we checked all the nearby cameras. Let's go up a little further now.
Over here? Yeah. There's one. This is one.
Hey.
Look at that one. This one? No,
Suspicious.
that one.
Hey.
What camera am I missing? This one?
What the?
It's probably looking right at me. Yeah. You. Okay.
Looks like we checked all the nearby cameras. Let's move on.
This is the last place.
Hey.
This one there. Sorry. This one here. This one here.
Hey.
This one.
Suspicious.
There's still more. Oh, another one that I missed.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay, looks like we got all the cameras. Our diagram is now complete.
This diagram represents the station at the time of the groping. Ehara got off the train around 9:12 a.m. on October 7th. From the deboarding area, he ran in the direction of the arrow when he was tackled by concerned citizens.
Now we'll pencil in the camera locations and what directions they're pointing.
So each of the orange areas represents the security camera's field of vision. These are a lot. This
Suspicious.
one, that's where he got off.
What the?
This one would have gotten.
Hey.
Does the dotted part of the arrow indicate a blind spot between the cameras? If so, there won't be any footage of Ehara running through here. That camera would have got him. This arrow shows the path he took as he ran to the point of capture.
Hey.
And this is where he got tackled. Okay.
So this was the general situation when Ehara committed his crime. What do you think, Yagami-san? Anything of note?
Do you think Ehara and Mamiya-san were riding the train pretty frequently?
Oh yeah, Mamiya-san commuted by train. She was here every weekday. Same goes for Ehara, actually, but he was off that day. Supposedly, he was going to see his wife, even though they're separated.
Did he ever say why he wandered around the platform for an hour?
He said the thought of his wife had him flustered and he couldn't force himself to board the train. He always had an excuse ready for anything you asked him, including the harassment charges. He pled not guilty, but the evidence said otherwise. There wasn't a single argument we could make in court to establish reasonable doubt.
Safe to say he did it. But on the same day, he knew his son's bully would be murdered in Ijincho. Pretty clear it wasn't a spontaneous need to grab some ass.
I agree. It's almost like all the commotion around the harassment might have been planned out. Maybe everything was. Even down to getting captured.
Yeah.
He really played everyone by turning harassment into an alibi for murder. No matter how much evidence points to him as a killer, he can deny it with complete immunity.
Or maybe his wife.
It's
He was
just getting
supposed to meet his
crazier by the
wife.
minute.
At the very least, he had something to do with it. Some connection.
Maybe his wife told him
But I
that she
can't
was
imagine
planning on
the talk.
murdering Mikoshiba.
Whatever his plan is, it's pretty clear Ehara is committed.
And he didn't want to do it,
what?
so he,
Getting revenge for his
to
son?
save himself, he
I
decided to
think
get
so.
arrested?
Who do you think his accomplices could be? Ehara's a veteran cop. Think maybe he knows how to hire an actual assassin? If so, he could have just paid for his revenge, right?
Sure, but assassins cost an arm and a leg. He wasn't rich before all this, was he?
No. He barely scraped up enough to cover his lawsuit against the school.
Thought so.
I've gone to the scenes of both the murder and the train groping. That should be all the places I need to see. Hello?
Hey, it's Shiosaki.
What's up, Sari-san?
I'm scheduling an interview with Ehara tomorrow at the Tokyo Detention Center. We'll take a taxi from Genda's if that all works for you.
Sounds good, but I need to head back to Ijincho for now.
Something you forgot to do?
Yeah, it involves Ehara's motive, which would be without a doubt his son's suicide. So I want to confirm if Mikoshiba really bullied the kid, and the best person to ask happens to be down in Ijincho.
All right, then I'll let you get to it.
Cool, then I'll see you tomorrow.
Mikoshiba, Ehara. Yeah, I think I saw everything that there was to see at each of their crime scenes. And while that's left is getting Sawa Sensei to talk, you will be learning what happened with Ehara's son 4 years ago. She's back at the school. She's not gonna talk to me.
Got a minute?
No, not for you. I really have nothing more to say.
What if I told you it's looking more and more likely Ehara-san had a hand in Mikoshiba's death?
Well, it doesn't concern me.
Ehara-san believes Mikoshiba tormented Toshiro-kun so badly that he took his own life. But neither the third-party investigation nor the courts were on his side. So what's the truth here? You know, don't you? What really happened between Mikoshiba and Toshiro-kun? Why won't you tell me the truth?
Why do you keep asking? I said I don't know!
I'm going to the detention center tomorrow to get some answers out of Ehara-san.
What?
I saw where Mikoshiba was murdered. He endured no shortage of cruelty before he died. They tortured him, you know. They broke all his fingers before they slit his throat.
No.
I know I'm putting her through a lot right now, but she's connected to this too. Yeah, I'm not sure how. She's got information I need to know before I go see Ehara. How is she connected to all this?
And somehow
That's really racking my
Ehara-san
brain.
knew Mikoshiba would be killed on the day he got caught for groping. It's like he did it to prove he had nothing to do with the murder.
Because his wife did it.
And maybe that wasn't his real objective at all.
Huh?
I think he wanted to signal that he'd finally avenged his son.
The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide.
If I'm gonna face him tomorrow, I can't go in without some ammunition. So, 4 years ago, did Mikoshiba bully Toshiro-kun or not? That's all I want to know.
My answer won't change. There's no evidence Mikoshiba-kun did anything wrong.
Are you sure about that? Take a look at this.
That's...
Toshiro Ehara, your student. Imagine that he's listening to what you're saying now. If you can look at him and say Mikoshiba played no part in his death, I'll leave you alone. In fact, you'll never hear a word from me again.
He's really putting her through it.
So which is it?
"4 years ago, not long after I'd transferred here to teach English. That's when it started. I was trying my best to get acclimated, and I was finally on a first-name basis with everyone. One day, after school, I was out on the roof taking a break, when Toshiro-kun suddenly ran by. I called out to him to ask what was wrong, but he shushed me and kept running. I saw he had a bloody nose. Moments later, Mikoshiba-kun showed up. He was looking for him. I told him I hadn't seen him. Toshiro-kun's face told me everything I needed to know.
So Mikoshiba was bullying him after all.
Yes. Toshiro-kun told me this later on. Whenever he'd leave school with Mikoshiba-kun and his friends, they'd force him to hand over money. At first, they'd try to pass it off as a joke. They said since he lowered the class average on tests, he ought to buy them all drinks as an apology. And Mikoshiba-kun, he was having too much fun with it to stop. He started offering tutoring sessions to Toshiro-kun. Only so he and his crew could extract their tuition from him. They'd even break into his house while his mother was at work and take the money she left him for dinner.
Wow.
And if he couldn't pay, they'd beat him up at school or make him grovel in the bathroom.
Didn't anybody see what was really happening?
The teachers either saw nothing or turned a blind eye. Few students knew about it, though. Anyway, I ended up relaying everything Toshiro-kun had told me to those boys' homeroom teacher. Mind you, this teacher had tenure, title, and years of experience under his belt. Do you know what he told me? He said not to cause a commotion because those boys were about to graduate.
Why does that not surprise me?
To be honest, it was hard to paint such an outwardly model student in a negative light. There was also no hard evidence to support Toshiro-kun's story. But someone still should have stepped in to help. If only I'd understood that at the time.
You tried.
The only thing I tried was to keep an eye out for him, making sure he wasn't alone, things like that. But unfortunately, that wasn't good enough. On the first morning of the 3rd trimester, Toshiro-kun tied a towel to his doorknob and hung himself in his room.
And that's when you confronted Mikoshiba, right? You asked him point blank if he'd bullied him.
I did.
So 4 years ago, Sawa Sensei stood up to Mikoshiba for his terrible behavior. Then why has she kept that to herself for so long?
Mikoshiba-kun pretended to know nothing. He was more careful, shaken even, from then on. In all honesty, when I heard a third-party committee was investigating, I was hoping the truth would come out. Students were asked to fill out an anonymous questionnaire, and many of them wrote down exactly what they saw.
Hold on. Didn't the court end up declaring there was no substantial evidence of bullying? How could they have said that with those questionnaires on hand?
First of all, the committee never interviewed anyone directly. Those questionnaires were the only proof of anything. And the teacher of those boys was the one who collected them.
Okay.
Each time he came across any mention of bullying, he'd toss that questionnaire out. Also, he wouldn't get blamed in the end for ignoring the warning signs.
So then the committee was pointless.
A few students
So where
did
is this
speak up about
teacher?
the bullying online, but their posts weren't much to go on. Toshiro-kun's parents were completely caught off guard. His mother worked through the day, and his father lived all the way in Tokyo. That made it that much easier for the teacher to cover up all the evidence of bullying. He made that statement without even consulting the principal or the chairman. So, right before Mikoshiba-kun graduated, the committee presented their findings. That there was no evidence of bullying. The conclusion you've heard over and over.
What the hell?
In Japan, 300 children commit suicide every year, across all grades. Less than 3% are proven to be linked to bullying. Toshiro-kun's case ended up like that too. But Ehara-san wasn't satisfied with those findings, so he sued Seiryo High, demanding compensation for Toshiro-kun's death. As the trial dragged on, I was eventually called to the witness stand.
He said nothing,
Of course,
right?
my intention was to let everything I knew out into the open. But before that could happen, that damn teacher came with the school's attorney to see how I would testify.
They didn't want you making them look bad, huh?
Of course not. That's when I first learned what he did with those incriminating questionnaires. They had no choice but to reveal everything to me, to try and sway me to their side. I guess they were just that desperate. After all, I was the only adult who Toshiro-kun confided in. I don't think he'd spoken to his parents about it once. So yes, that's why there was never any objective evidence of bullying.
So where's the teacher?
It wasn't like I had a mind to record our conversations. And I hadn't personally witnessed it either. The school attorney saw fit to remind me that the law says innocent until proven guilty. And if I couldn't produce tangible evidence, then I shouldn't be accusing Mikoshiba-kun.
So it was witness tampering. That is, they coerced you into false testimony?
Yes.
Must have been incredibly hard on you.
What I should have done was told the truth regardless. But what else could I have really done for him? Some days I just don't know. As much as I've tried to convince myself I did everything I could for him, I can never fully believe it.
So what happened to the teacher who covered all this up?
He transferred to another school. God, to think he's still standing at a podium somewhere.
I guess I won't get to meet him,
That's
huh?
unfortunate.
Even so, I don't have the right to place the blame solely on him.
Wait, where in the story did Ehara definitely find out that Mikoshiba was a bully? It wasn't clear at the trial whether he could really bring himself to kill a person. That's true. How did he find out about it if he
Maybe,
never told
but
anyone?
In that case, Mikoshiba's bullying of Toshiro, or those questionnaires getting discarded. Have you ever told anyone else?
No. I've been silent. Yagami-san. You know what? Back when I was a student in high school, I witnessed bullying firsthand. There was this kid. My classmates pushed him too far. And one day he just jumped off the roof.
Off the roof?
By some miracle, he survived the fall. And he's been in a coma for the last 13 years. Nobody knows if he'll ever wake up. His name is Mitsuru, and he may never open his eyes to the world again. His mom watches him, but she works full-time. She's a higher-up in the government.
I'm sorry to hear it.
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it. But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job. And yet, for poor Toshiro-kun, nobody was held responsible at all. And that includes me.
But if anyone was going to take responsibility for that, Mikoshiba should have been first in line. I'm sure Ehara-san must have thought the same thing.
You know what I wanted to be as a kid? I was so innocent, I wanted to be a teacher. And after Mitsuru-kun's tragedy, I felt practically obligated. And still, I just let history repeat itself.
I think I have a clearer picture about what happened 4 years ago, and I'm ready to interview Ehara. I should go back to Yokohama 99 and get some rest. I really am curious though, he made a point. How does Ehara know that Mikoshiba was the one responsible? Can I do... I'm still able to do this, but I don't know if I want to do it right now. And there's other stuff to do. I'll come back and do it. One of these, one of these. Okay. Just making sure I got it. Can only go out through these doors. Doggy. Is he lost?
Hmm?
What's up with this dog? He's lost. Hey, what's wrong? You lose your owner?
Huh?
Well, Yagamishi, it appears you finally met the infamous detective dog of Ijincho.
Hmm?
Sorry, the what? Word's been getting around town of an odd dog who apparently wanders the streets looking for cases to solve. Whenever he catches the scent of a mystery or a crisis, he calls out to the nearby people, alerting them of a nearby incident. He actually stops by here rather often. It's almost as if he knows this is a detective agency. Seriously? This dog does that? Yes, for the past few months now. He seems to take his self-appointed position quite seriously. He kind of sounds like a Masawa.
By the way,
Why is he wandering around town though? He has a collar, so he's obviously not just a stray.
Sure.
There lies the mystery of this dog. He's very well trained and the perfect specimen of health. No one's seen him rooting around in garbage or anything. So based on this information, it's clear that he has someone taking care of him.
I see.
The mystery chasing dog's a big mystery himself, huh? They're cute even in video game form. And there's his leash. Something wrong?
Wait.
He's picked up on the scent of a mystery. I believe he wants you to follow him.
Huh.
Right. Am I supposed to hold the leash? He's just the proper leash manners is all. I guess if he's really that smart, I can see why he's walking around freely.
What?
What is it? You want me to take you for a walk? Yeah? How come I believe he's requesting you to partner up with him? Are you willing to accept the case? I really have my hands full with the MRC now. I have to take care of this detective dog too. A lot's going on. Okay, I'll take the case. Where's the trouble?
Who's a good boy?
Okay, lead the way. You're not just taking me to get food, are you? Hey. Guess I'm not taking point on this case. I guess I'm just going on another side mission. Follow the detective dog. Well, it's part of the main story, but still. Let me take this off. He's so cute and bouncy, though. Am I going the right way?
This way, huh?
Yeah, I'm following him. I think I'm following him. This way?
Got something?
Yeah. I can't even stop to get treasure. So bouncy. The way he runs is so cute.
Doing great.
The kid and the mom.
Hmm?
Is this where you're leading me? This is an issue. You don't know how to get in touch with her? Nope. She just said to wait here, that she'd be back for me soon. Lost kid? Oh dear, this is not good.
Excuse me.
Is there some sort of trouble? And you are... I'm a detective. Oh, what a cute doggy. Is something the matter here? Well, he's been waiting in front of the facility for a while now because his mother told him to wait here.
What?
Facility? Yes, our orphanage main facility is upstairs. Oh, so she's given him up.
I see.
And you say he was left here? And the mother doesn't seem to be returning? Okay. Yes, and he actually had this envelope with him when I first came out to ask if anything was wrong. Some kind of letter? It says, please take care of Shusuke-chan. I see. He's a very good boy. He loves banana ice cream. He means the world to me. At the very least, I was hoping to learn why he's here, being dropped off without any hint of knowing the truth. That's no way to treat a person. Hey, Shizuke-kun, right? How long's your mom been gone? Like an hour? If that's true, there's a slight chance she could still be nearby. You're a detective, aren't you? Could you possibly find his mother? I really would like to, but... Did your mom mention anything at all about where she might be going? I don't know. Okay. How about her name? What's her name? Mikan? Shibuya Mikan? Not much I could do with just that, though. What is it? You interested in the leather? You can use her scent. You think you can track her? Okay. Yes, he very much is. I suppose I should let him take a crack at it. Track the scent for me.
I believe in you, buddy. This way, huh? Got something? This way, huh?
I can't run with him, can I? Oh, I can.
Doing great. This way, huh? Doing great.
She's involved with the Yakuza. Shizuke-kun, was it you gotta make that dough for his sake, right? And you promised you'll send him his share, right? Of course we will. Once you pay back what you owe, that is. And no funny business on your end either. Is that her? What's your problem? Go sniff Audubon somewhere else.
Excuse me.
You're Shusuke's mom, right? How did you know that? I came looking for you after this dog led me to your son. Didn't expect to run into this guy too. But now I see what's going on. A dog led you? My guess is you owe someone enough money that the scumbag's trying to drag you off to work some unsavory job for the rest of your life. A brothel or something, probably. What? I mean... happens all the time at Kamurocho where I work. Fuck's your deal, asshole. If you're getting in the way of my company business, you'd be surprised when you end up dead.
Hey.
I already heard you say she owes you. How much does she owe you by now? What interest are you charging? She borrowed 500 grand with interest. That's 9 mil. You planning on covering it or something?
No way.
Okay, see, that's an exorbitant. I can't say that word. I knew I was looking for a loan shark from the first moment. I think I'll be leaving with my Mikan-san now. Do I need to knock you out first or no? You got her first. You know what? I'm just gonna ice you in your mud. How do I get knocked down by that one punch? I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Huh. Do you just fall when you get hit in the back, or what?
Hey.
So you want to talk about how treating people as property is illegal? I'm a full licensed lawyer and I'd be happy to take your case pro bono. Why don't we sit down for a little chat? Screw this. So is that it? How'd it get so bad? He's still waiting for you at the orphanage. He thought you were going to come back for him. They said if I didn't go with that man, they'd sell Shusuke off to someone. So that's why.
In other words...
It made you panic enough to agree to do what they said? Yes. I feel so terrible.
No way.
That's the sort of thing loan sharks would do. They figure out how to pressure you enough that you break. Next thing you know, they own you up outright.
Excuse me.
I know a good lawyer in Kamurocho who'd be happy to help you. Should I reach out to her for you? Please, yes. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Who's a good boy?
He's a good boy. What are you doing, really? You got the whole town talking about you now. When you have a home, where's your home? No shit could tell me. Takumi-san, I have a huge favor to ask. I'll pay you if I have to, please. Find Ranpo for me. Amasawa. I forgot who Amasawa was that quick. Ranpo, the old mystery author. Oh, sorry, Rampo's the name of our dog, but he's a big mystery lover too. He even gets away from the house to go solve them sometimes. Who is Amasawa? I can't remember. Let me send you a picture. Oh, she's the girl from the club. So that's her dog. Oh, so you're Amasawa's dog, huh?
Seriously?
Just had to break away from the family and make a name for yourself, huh? Can't say I'm surprised though. They say pets and their owners grow more alike over the years. But this is... whatever. I should get in touch with Amasawa.
Yagami-san!
Nagami-san, so sorry you had to deal with Runpo. You listen. No wandering off on your own. How many times have I told you? He doesn't seem to care. He'll never behave, will you?
Nope.
He seems like a good boy to me, aren't you? Well, he does seem rather fond of you. Rampo's usually more wary of strangers.
It can't be.
Maybe he sees you more as a professional partner.
Huh?
Really? You think so?
Yes.
Indeed I do, in fact. I've been raising him as a proper investigatory... I can't speak. I know I'm fumbling over these words. Investigatory partner ever since he was a puppy. Well, that's why.
Huh?
What do you mean by that? Well, when I was little, I read a book about a detective girl whose dog helped her crack a case. The moment I finished that book, I started training Grandpa to help me solve mysteries. See why he's always sniffing out trouble.
Yes.
And it seems he's gotten quite hooked on it. Whenever he smells an incident brewing, he's off and running. We try to keep him inside the house, but he's just too good at slipping out.
Does that mean...
Is that okay? Like with the animal shelters and police? No, it very much is not. Grandpa's been caught several times by both groups, and I have to be the one who picks him up and apologizes every time. He's becoming quite a familiar face at the shelter, unfortunately. But he doesn't bite, and even tries to help people out, so they're a lot more lenient with him than they're supposed to be. You two really are alike.
What?
You think so?
Hey,
You know you really did train him well. Think he'd be willing to help me again if we ran across each other in town? I suppose so. You could always try calling for him at least. If he's around and feels like helping, you may get lucky. You're living your best life, aren't you? They always are. And now he's running off again.
I'm sorry.
I have to go. Good luck with the case. Maybe I should try calling for Rampo the next time I need his notes for an investigation. Although there's no guarantee he'll come running. Calling the dog. Oh, that's the thing I got. A detective dog. But there was another one. So now I have to make my way back over here.
what is going on? Having a party?
Hey, welcome back. Care for a drink, Yagami-san?
Heads up.
Now make yourself at home. Not that you haven't already.
Who, me? Well, whatever do you mean?
Kuwana's fine. He just swung by to have a chat with you, man. Not that I mind hanging out over beers and shogi.
Kaito's a gentleman and a scholar. I like your style.
What do you want with me?
Check it out, Yagami-san. You're only here to get to the bottom of that Hiro Mikushiba kid's murder, right? That's gotta be the reason the Yokohama Leomang attacked you, isn't it? All I'm saying is that you've got to cut me in, man.
Thanks, but I've got enough help.
So some hotshot detective strolls into town and tries to leave the local guy out in the cold? No offense, but that's not gonna fly.
You gonna play your turn? Just finish your game and go home already.
When you benefit from someone who knows the scene? You know, I can get you anywhere in a Jincho above or below ground.
Aren't you expensive?
I'll give you a first-time customer price. I'm not about to sit here and let some outsider swoop in and take all the credit alone.
I don't care for
I
him.
guess I'm gonna chill here until you give me the nod.
He annoys me.
It's Tsukumo and Sugiura's place as far as I'm concerned. Not even my call to make.
I welcome having more company.
Of course you do.
The more the merrier. That'll be the agency motto.
I don't really care.
Such a nice office. I'm gonna love it here.
Yagamishi, guess what? The internet picked up on the Ehara link to Mikoshiba. The trending sentiment is that he killed him in an act of vengeance for his son.
They've already figured that part out?
See for yourself. Here, check it out.